in Barcelona, Spain. And now they parade in for the women's 200-meter breaststroke. And we have highlighted the youth in the field here tonight, as well as in USA Swimming and really around the world. Well, 5 of the 8 swimmers here in the 200 breast are teenagers. Beginning with the 15-year-old in lane 1, Kathleen Baker. Next to her, another teenager, a 15-year-old from Germany, Margarita Hummel, who was 4th in the 100 breast in Orlando. That was yesterday on day 1 of this event. Aaliyah Atkinson is in lane 3. The Jamaican native who swims in Pembroke Pines, Florida. Our top qualifier is from Canada, Martha McCabe. Has a bronze from the World Championships, was 5th in this event at the Olympics a year ago. Ramita Breškytė from Lithuania in lane number 5, alongside Emily Kopis in lane 6, the 16-year-old from Davie, Florida. Rachel Bradford Feldman is a 15-year-old in lane 7, was 13th in the 100 breast yesterday here. And Carolyn McCann, 17, out of Washington State, lane 8, top 10 in the 100 breast, day 1 here in Orlando. And Martha McCabe, again, our top qualifier, 5th in the 200 breast in London last year. She will be in lane number 4. The 23-year-old from Toronto.
Lane number 3, that was Aaliyah. No, check that. Lane number 4.
That was
McCabe.
Yeah.
The swimmer has to come down, and that's a false start. But they're going to let him go. If she's moving at all, that is considered a false start. You have to come down and be steady. But they let the swimmer go. I thought maybe she kept on moving, but if they have her, if they say relax and she goes then it's not a false start. And that might have been what had happened there, and that's why they let her go.
So how do you think that impacts her now?
Yeah, the same thing happened to Atkinson in the final in London in the 100 breaststroke. And you see Aaliyah Atkinson up there in lane number 3, by the way. She's certainly got the best speed in this field. Won the 100 breaststroke earlier, 4th in London. Breškytė in lane number 5 from Lithuania. Her teammate, Maelaita, won the gold in the 100 breaststroke. He was a 16-year-old that pulled the shocker over Rebecca Soni from the United States.
And Martha McCabe trying to hang tough in lane number 4. Is that difficult to bounce back from a false start like that?
I was just thinking that, Steve. That's got to be mentally tough, because you don't know whether you false started or not. She was smart, and to get right back up on the blocks and hopefully not have anything, anybody say anything to you, but certainly takes out of your focus. And luckily it's a 200. If it was 100, it might be too late to get back into it, but over 200 you can kind of spread that wealth a little bit to be able to mentally get back into a race like this.
Quite a battle in the middle of the pool there. You have Ramita Breškytė in lane 5, Martha McCabe recovering in lane 4, and Aaliyah Atkinson with good speed from Jamaica in lane 3. They're almost stroke for stroke here.
Yeah, Breškytė in lane number 5 certainly looked good going out of that first 100. She's right there with that red cap. Swims at SMU for Steve Collins down there. McCabe, that great Canadian. And this is where the experience, once again, we talk about experience. I know I've become a little bit redundant talking about that. But look again, here's an Olympic finalist right now in the 200 breaststroke that just almost false started. And here she has come back to be able to have that kind of composure to just get through that first 100 and now take the lead here in the last 25 meters.
And extending that lead. Trailing through the first half of this race, and now Martha McCabe trying to make the recovery complete here, as the 23-year-old from Toronto in lane number 4, wearing the white cap, is going to bounce back to get the win in the women's 200 breast. She'll be followed in second place by Ramita Breškytė of Lithuania. And then Aaliyah Atkinson of Jamaica takes 3rd place in lane 3.
Great presence of mind, once again, by McCabe to keep that line of energy. That's the thing, is that line of energy that you have, it just goes completely out the door when you false start like that, or when you fall in the water. But boy, look at that stroke. Beautiful stroke. recognizes where those hands need to be as they skim over their water without creating as much drag. The breaststroke is the slowest of all strokes. It's the one that creates the most drag, but boy, she looked good going home that last 10 meters.
So Martha McCabe gets the win after the false start, trailing early on, but she bounces back in a time of 2:29.58 to get the victory in the women's 200-meter breaststroke tonight in Orlando. So a lot of stars and a lot of fine performances tonight, Rowdy Gaines.
Sure was. Love watching all these Olympians the year after the Olympic Games, and this is a big year. World Championships coming up this summer. No time to rest for all these great athletes.
A lot of these athletes took some time off after London. Now they're back in the pool, starting to get serious about their training, their competing, and this is all part of the build-up to the World Championships in Barcelona later this year. The Arena Grand Prix Series, first stop in Orlando, and a productive night number 2 here. And now for Rowdy Gaines, I'm Steve Schlanger. Thanks for joining us, everyone.